Well, hello, everybody. I'm back, April Brown with Zelken Financial Services, LLC, and I'm here again today with Charlie Jewett. You all have seen him before. He's the guy who does renovating retirement. He's the creator, the mind behind it all, and we're going to talk about Roth Conversions. What are they?
They're awesome.
And what the hell do you do with them?
And they're awesome. If taxes never changed, we wouldn't have to talk about any of this. If we had a flat tax and it was like today's 25%, and when I retire, it's going to be 25%. There wouldn't be anything to talk about. But we have a tax system that changes all the time based on the budget of the government. The government goes, "Oh, we're in trouble. Let's take more from everybody. Oh, we're doing okay. Give everybody a break." And sort of based on the government's budget, they do things to taxes. And unfortunately, the government's budget right now, they're telling us, we made some promises. We made some promises to lots and lots of people when they're older. This baby boomer generation is pretty big. We told them we'd give them paychecks. That's called Social Security. We told them we'd give them health care. That's called Medicare. And we can't afford it. We just don't have the money, right? So
Nope. I don't think I'm ever going to see it. And I'm the generation after baby boomers. I'm Generation X. And we're the generation that, we grew up in all kinds of ways. But anyway, no, I don't even know if we're going to get it. If we do, it's not going to be much. But anyway.
And we are talking politicians. So you'd think bad guys would be like, sorry, bad guys make promises and then they don't fulfill them. They say, well, deal with it, right? Politicians, there may be some bad politicians and there may be bad guys, but they don't function the same way because they want to get voted back in. That's how they get their salary, right? So
right.
Do we think the highest probability is that we're going to get there to 2030 and they're going to go, hey, there's Social Security is going down 30% or we're not paying your Medicare? I don't think so. In the 80s, we came really close within like 3 months of running out of money, and Congress met and signed some stuff and kicked the ball down, down the road 50 years. And the whole thing is funny money anyway. It's not like it's real money. It's fiat money, and they can change the rules, raise taxes, and just get the money they need to cover their bills. And so it seems that the most probable thing that would happen, because of the history of the way Congress works, the way taxes are, they're very low right now historically. They kind of need to go back up. And the nature of politicians, like they just don't really want to be upsetting people. They want the votes.
Right.
I think the most likely scenario is they'll raise taxes. I mean, the top brains on this, David McKnight is probably the foremost that we know in our lives. David McKnight, David Walker. The top minds on this say, this is the lowest tax bracket you're ever going to be in for the rest of your life. And there's a 4-letter word that says taxes are going up, and it's MATH. It's math, right? They got it. Got it, right? With one word, GOTTA, gotta go up, right?
Yes.
Roth conversions, like in a marriage, we talked to single people in the past, right? In a marriage, you may have feelings about divorce, whether it's ethical or morally wrong, or there's religious this or that, or maybe you're just totally secular about it. Like, I hate you, you're out. Divorce, like, treat me good, you're in. Treat me bad, you're out. Divorce, right? But the IRS is a different kind of marriage. This partnership with the IRS, we're like, hey, you can have a piece of my IRA, a piece of my 401k. How big a piece? They don't even tell you how much they're taking. They're like, when we get there, when I see how much money you have and how you're doing, I'll decide how much of your IRA I get. Oh, I don't like that. But this partnership of deferred taxes, qualified plans, IRAs, Roth IRAs, TSPs, 401ks, 403bs, you're allowed out of that partnership. You can divorce the IRS. You can pay them to go away, which is what a divorce is, by the way. You pay a lot and they go away, right? You can get out of it. You can break the partnership, And that process is done by converting a normal IRA to a Roth IRA, or if it's starting in, an old 401k or a 403b or a 457, any type of money, lump sum pension, whatever you have that's pre-tax, you can turn into an IRA first with just a transfer, and then you do the process of turning into a Roth IRA. So when I say, what is it? What is a Roth conversion? Honestly, it's a choice of when to pay taxes. You either wait and go, I'll pay whatever they are, however high they are. That's one choice.
Okay.
Or you pay some attention today and listen to some of the people we listen to or listen to our stuff, and you go, I think there's a really big chance they're going to go up. there's a really big chance they're going to go up. And I want to be wealthy in retirement and make my golden years golden. And I might have paid off my house and have no deductions. And I got a pension and that's taxable income. It's going to trigger taxes on Social Security. And I got to raise my income every year for inflation. I'm going to be in the high tax brackets. You might just say, I want out of the game. Like if you're in a Roth, if you convert to Roth, there's zero tax on distributions from a Roth IRA. There's no taxes when you take money out.
Right.
If they double taxes, like today, you're in the 24% bracket, and then you're in the 48, let's say. They double taxes. 2 times 0 is 0, baby. It's 0. 0 is 0. No matter how many times whatever you multiply that thing by, right? 300%. Right. It is 0. So you're going, here's some money. I want out of the game. Let me break this partnership, because guess what? All that money in your retirement account has never been all your money. You look at that $500,000 and you go, I got $500,000, or I lost it. No, you don't. Somebody else owns a piece of that.
Right.
And they have a little bit more power than you do in voting on what piece they get. So obviously they're going to go for big. They're going to go for the more is better for them, right? So the Roth conversions is a decision. Do I want to leave my accounts pre-tax, or do I want to pay tax and to buy the right to have them be tax-free until I die and when I leave them to my loved ones? Does that cover it?
Yeah, that makes sense. So in that, when we're thinking about Roth conversions, who does that really apply to? Because if you're still working and still earning, well, you're not going to necessarily be able to do Roth conversions with a 401k right now if you're still working. So who does that work for?
So 2 things to know here. You got to have access to the account. So if you're working there and contributing to your 401k at the current employer, generally speaking, you can't even take that out and transfer it to an IRA until you're 59 and a half or until you quit, right? Separate from service. So it may be, and I don't like this about the industry, but those trapped accounts, right? I wish we could find a way to let you quit for one day and you go back to work the next day and keep your seniority and just give me that account, baby, right? But that happens. So sometimes it's trapped because of that. The other thing is, if you're a high income earner, you don't really want to do the Roth conversions until you retire or you get laid off. We have somebody on our team that worked on oil rigs, and it's called getting sent to the beach. You get sent to the beach. There's no more work. And you go to work. You look back at the year in November and go, I didn't work very much. I've got low taxable income. Maybe we do a Roth conversion that year. Here's why. A Roth conversion, the amount you convert, is called income. You never take possession of it. It's not income like when you have a second job or income like a pension. If you take a $100,000 IRA in 2023 and you call up and say, convert it to Roth or send me the paperwork, you sign some simple paperwork, and the investment company or insurance company goes click and say Roth, right?
Right.
Next January or February, you get a bill, a tax bill or a 1099 or whatever it is. You get something in the mail that says, you had an extra $100,000 of income. You're like, it didn't feel like it. I still went to the same restaurants. I didn't get no cruises, right? It's a taxable event. The way that you pay the taxes on it is not by taking distributions. That conversion itself says, listen, IRS, I would like to pay taxes on $100,000 in my tax bracket. And they go click Roth conversion, and then you have to pay the taxes, but you never actually took the money. So if you're already in the 22, 24%, you go 10, as we're recording this, you go 10, 12, 22, 24, then you get into the big. If you're already up there, because you're a high income earner, you're a doctor, whatever you do, you're in sales, you have a great job, you own your own business. If you're making killer money, we don't want to add taxable income on top of that and pay in the 30s.
Right.
But once you retire, and those first 5 years of retirement, maybe you use some cool strategies. Maybe you live off your non-IRA money, so don't have a lot of taxable income, postpone Social Security, live off of this really tax-efficient money, and now you got all that room in the 10, 12, 22, and 24% bracket, and you do Roth conversions up to, if you're married, you can do up to like $300 and something thousand, $320,000, $340,000, and you're still in the low tax brackets.
Right. So with that said, we know 2026, January 1st of 2026, if they don't do anything, meaning Congress, the taxes revert back. What would be your suggestion for Roth conversions for somebody who's like, I'm getting ready to retire in 2027? What should I do? If taxes remain the same and they don't they at 2026 they go back to pre-Obama or pre-2018 is what they call them. Mm-hmm. Then what would be the suggestion? What would be the ideal spot or sweet spot to do Roth conversion?
Well, a couple different things. One is my favorite thing to do is retire people early when they didn't think they could, right? So One is don't talk to your joker broker. Like, don't look online and go, how much money do I need to retire? How much do I need to have saved up? Don't do any of that traditional baloney because it does not help you at all. If you use the best retirement, if you use tools designed for retirement, designed for income, instead of tools designed for gambling and growth, you can retire on a third. You can retire on a third of the money. People that think they need $1 million, you retire on $300,000 or $400,000 when you do it right with the right tools. But that's always like that. You start hacking at a Phillips head screwdriver with a flathead and tearing it all up, and like you can get it done. You might mess up the screw or mess up the screwdriver. The right tool for the right job is much more efficient. So I like for people that say, wait, if I didn't have income from now until 2026, taxable income, I could do a bunch of Roth conversions and be ready. Maybe it's time to quit your job and live off of the clean money, right? Let's take a look at it. Let's take a peek at it and see if you have enough, because there's an answer to that question. It's not this crazy, well, if the market's nice to me, I'll be okay. No, there's an answer, because we have guaranteed income for life. We have guaranteed income for life with increases. And we have the Holy Grail, guaranteed income for life with increases, tax-free. That's beautiful. 1, 2. Say you retire in 2027. We don't know what the taxes are going to be, and we don't know what your income is going to be, but we can work with you. We can work with you. This is the art of the T in merit planning. Merit planning is mortgage plan, estate plan, retirement plan, insurance plan, and tax plan, right? Mm-hmm. So the T in tax planning and in the merit planning model is, let's get the taxes right so we can either coach you on when you retire in 2027, how to have super low taxable income by which assets you live off of first, or you can live however you want to. And we look back at it in November and do a little mock tax return. Like, what's it looking like with the income you took this year? What bracket does it look like you're in? Okay. And there's some software and websites we can use to just put your income in there and go, is there any room left? Is there any room left in a bracket that's tolerable, right? Right. And if it's in that lower range, if it's in that, under 24, let's say, that's probably a deal. What we hear from the top brains in the country is if you can divorce the IRS and get out of these taxes, you can make this thing tax-free forever, protect yourself from any increases in the future for under 24% or under, you get the deal of the century. It's on sale right now. It's on sale, right? And you can still do that in 2027 by when we see the new tax brackets, by being strategic how you take your income. You may live off your Roth IRA while converting your IRA, because Roth IRA has no taxes. Right. They have money in an insurance policy, tax-free distributions, and live on that while converting your IRA. Heck, you could do a cash-out refinance on your house, live off the equity, convert the IRA, and then pay off the debt with the tax savings. There's a million different ways you could do this, right? Right. It's just, there's an art and a science to keeping your bracket low to leave room to do Roth conversions, which were treated like income, so that they're in those lower tax brackets. Okay. All right. Well, that actually covers it for my questions in reference to Roth conversions and when to do them, how to do them, what they are. And so thank you so much, Charlie. And I am April Brown with Zelken Financial Services, LLC. Thank you for listening. And until the next time, have a good day.